So it is the start of a new week, and today I am spending it on resetting my life. Over the weekend, Keen and I did like nothing. We did something. We trained and hung out with friends, but we didn't do any kind of like resetting. And I'm trying to get into the habit of getting things done throughout the week so that way I don't have to pile everything on the weekend, because the weekend tends to be heavy on the training side of things with long bike rides and long runs. So since it is Monday, I'm trying to get my life back in order. So I did a garbage run this morning after breakfast. I just started a load of laundry. So now I'm just looking at the week ahead. I've mentioned this in previous videos where I like to write down my weekly plans on an agenda. I am very much like a paper person. And then like reminders on my phones and whatnot. But when it comes to like planning things, I need like pencil to paper because I'm just old school like that. Obviously, I've got work. So meanwhile, in between meetings and all my to-dos, I am going to dedicate some time to planning out my week. Taking a look at this week's schedule, I'm going to try and stick to what I am scheduled to do this week. Today is more on the lighter end. I don't know if I can fit in a strength session because the open gym session that we have today is at 4 and I have a meeting at 4, so I don't think I can make it out for a strength session. But I'm gonna see if I can go out to the pool and get a swim session in, so that way tomorrow I can do an interval ride and a brick run. I've been rejigging things around just to see what days work best, but because I'm upping the number of cycling sessions that I have, I kind of have to space out the steady ride and interval rides because they can actually be quite intense on the body. So I'm kind of going back to what my original schedule was last year, with the interval ride and brick session on Tuesdays, interval run will be on Wednesdays, and the steady ride will be Thursdays. I think that works the best for my body. The only reason why I didn't like doing this year is because I have to go into the office, and so I'm not really a fan of doing workouts when I have to go to the office. But we'll see what it's like this week, and then hopefully it's not too much on the body. And then the bulk of today is just going to be dedicated to resetting. I gotta do a lot of laundry, and then hopefully I can fit in a workout later today.
Loaded nachos in town. Delish.
So of course, work ran way over. Like, I was in a meeting until almost 6, and it is currently almost 7, and I am currently cutting up some vegetables for dinner. So that means dinner isn't gonna be until 7, which means swimming is likely not gonna happen. So it's just gonna be a full-on rest day today, which is fine. Like, I don't mind. And actually I noticed this week is gonna be a down week. And when I looked at my schedule, it is actually quite different. Tomorrow I'm scheduled for a run. And since I'm not doing a swim today, it'll likely be pushed later this week. And so I'm just gonna be cooking. We are gonna have some fajitas tonight. We've got some chicken in the pressure cooker, and then I'm just cutting up some vegetables, have some dinner, and then essentially call it an evening. Just keep it chill, keep it easy, and then the training week will start tomorrow. Oh. Good morning, happy Sunday. It is another day of trying to be consistent, never mind training for half Ironman, but just trying to get consistent in moving again. So this past week and this following week is going to be like super hectic from a work perspective, because there's just like this whole like planning cadence or ritual that's happening across the organization. So I'm just kind of like heads down doing all of that, and then like meetings just going way over. I really need to do a better job of like drawing that boundary and being like, hey, I have like a hard stop, but because I'm still kind of new in the company, I'm still kind of like not there. And then on top of that, just mentally, is my mind is still not in it when it comes to training, but I'm taking it day by day and trying to be like, okay, what can I do to move the body? Obviously there are times when it's like after work my brain is fried and I just can't do anything physical because I don't have the mental strength to like push through it. And then I obviously will try to, you know, sleep early, wake up early, and get my workouts done. But sometimes, you know, when you just don't want to go to work the next day and you just want to like stay up late and just be like, no, I don't want to work. I still want to be in like my little bubble of reality, just not working. And so I'm just like mindlessly scrolling through my phone and then staying up late. And then of course that has a domino effect the next day where I wake up late the next morning and then just kind of go straight into work. And then the cycle repeats itself. So I'm trying to break out of it, but knowing that this week ahead is going to be a hectic one. I'm setting my expectations low, but you know what? It is what it is. And then on top of that, Keenan and I are actually going to be going on vacation. So it's just a lot of juggling. But that aside, yesterday I was able to go on a really nice run. I was scheduled to do 55 minutes and there was actually supposed to be a 3K time trial. I did not do that, so I ended up just running an easy 55 minutes and just enjoying the nice weather. Now today it's the opposite. It is raining outside, and today I am scheduled to do a brick run. So I've got an 80-minute long ride, which I've got my bike set up as you can see, and then after that I've got a 20-minute brick run. So I'm going to fit that in today. And because on Monday I had this ambition of getting all the reset stuff done, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do everything, so I'm going to try and do it today after my brick session, so that way tomorrow I'm not going to be like super stressed out and I can really just focus on like recovery. It helps that I don't have like plans to go out and whatnot, so I can really just focus on getting my training in and then resetting the home in prep for the following week. So yeah, I've got a checklist of things to do today, so I'm going to take you along with me. So if you have been following me for some time and watched my previous 70.3 Ironman training videos, you know that I have been following my hydration and nutrition advice from Precision Fuel. And this time around, I actually ordered a few things from them. And so I'm actually gonna try out some of their nutrition, and I think there's some sodium tabs in here as well. When I like redid my hydration and nutrition plan, and then if you like scroll down, it also suggests to order like a starter pack so you can try it out. So that's what I did. And so I got like this bottle. It has, I can't remember how many milliliters this is. I think this is 500. What else do I have here? I think this is all the gels. And then these are, we've got like the 30 grams of carbs. There's a caffeine one. I have just a normal one. I'm probably gonna save this until like a long run. And then they also have this chew, which is mint and lemon. So I actually might try this out during my long ride. And then I have a few of these, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it tastes good. And then I've got their 1500 milligrams of sodium. Oh no, sorry, this is 750 milligrams per one tablet. I think this is the same as the dissolved tablets. Let me just try. It is a 1500 power drink mix. Oh, so there's 8 times 20 grams of packets, which you would also put in your water, and then whereas this one, these are tablets. So these are, I believe are essentially the same things. I have to take a look online and see. In addition to like what Precision Hydration has been telling me, I've actually been leaning on ChatGPT to help me in terms of like, okay, if I'm in these conditions, what do you think I should be taking during this ride, especially when it comes to training rides? Because I know with Precision Hydration talks about like in the race, and because my training environment won't necessarily match what the race environment is going to be like, I lean on ChatGPT to help me out, and I feed it like, you know, the context and the information that it needs, and be able to give me like an approximate amount of sodium, carbs, and water intake for my training rides. So, which reminds me, I don't have my laptop, so I need to figure out what I need to prep for my brick session. So when I fed in the information to ChatGPT, I give it the whole context about like the type of person that I am, like a heavy sweater, my height, my weight, etc. And then I'm talking about like what the environment or conditions are going to be. You know, I'm going to be indoor. It's going to be a recovery ride. I have a 20-minute brick run after. And so total time is going to be around an hour and 40 minutes. So it's saying that my goal for carbs is going to be around 50 to 65 grams total. Fluid is going to be 1.3 to 1.6 liters total. So I believe this is 750 mil. And then sodium, I'm going to need 900 to 1100 milligrams total. So I'm going to try and prep all of this so that way I've got enough during my ride and I've got enough to fuel me throughout my brick run. So I totally forgot how much like math and calculation goes into divvying up like the sodium and carb intake, especially when you have like multiple bottles. I'm just like not the greatest at math, and so I'm here like calculating what I need to put into these two bottles, especially because they're not the same. What I've come down to it is that I am going to put one of these Precision Hydration tablets into this bottle, and then now my vacuum is going to start cleaning. And then I'm going to put a noon tablet into this one, and then after my bike session before my run, I'm going to take another 250 milligrams of sodium, so that way I'm staying on top of my sodium intake. And then I've got 30 grams of carbs for the chew, and then I've got here some mango, dried mango, to help with the rest of the carbs. I think in total I need around 55 to 60 grams of carbs. So I've got that covered, and then I've got my liquid. I believe this is 800 mil, and this is 500 mil. So hopefully I don't have like a headache by the end of this. And now my vacuum is ready to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my ride started. Brick run done and dusted. I hate the rain. Seriously, like, where is the sun? It was such a beautiful day yesterday, and now today is just like so brutal. I am so done with the rain. I need to like get dry, shower, and then get my life in order.